All right, welcome back, guys. Glad you're here, and I hope you are too. We are going over assessing self worth. Now, we've talked about some of the components that make self worth, but how do you really deeply determine your self worth? Okay. Firstly, you have to discover how do you value yourself, right? Like, where is that value set right now? To figure out your own perception of self worth, kind of think about the slides that we've already gone over. What I want you to do is steel man your own self worth. Think of all the things that support your self worth, where it's at right now. Create that counter that goes against that. Then use that new objective base to determine where you really are in your self worth and set that as your baseline. From there, you grow. From there, it's only up. Okay? Now, if you feel like you're falling back on your own self worth, got to be mindful. Ask yourself these 3 questions. What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What am I doing? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What am I doing? Bring yourself back into the present. Go through the same process. Make sure you're being as worthy as you should be, and then adjust accordingly, okay? Now, if you find yourself comparing yourself to others, remember, sometimes what you do is just a mirror to how you feel. How often do you see people and judge them? Think about that. Think about the people that you see and you think they're doing something weird or they're acting odd or they're not what you think people should be. Go through that, right? Okay? We as men, we interact with people all damn day. Okay? But sometimes our initial reaction is judgment. Change that. Reframe that. Don't judge someone. Be curious about someone. Make that the status quo. Take away that ability to compare because you judged. Just ask questions. Get answers. Be objective. And don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Because in the end, it's about you. This is self-work. It's inherent. It's inside. It's about you. You control that. Next slide. So we all have room for improvement. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's ideal. Nobody's optimal. We all can improve. Thinking any of those things are true is borderline narcissism. None of us are the greatest that's ever been. Because there's always room for growth. So if you have limiting beliefs, to recognize these, you have to think about the things that go on in your mind that fall below your own self-worth. Does it pay that toll? Does it pay that rent to be in your mind? Acknowledge it and remove it. Evict all of those limiting beliefs. Remember, you're worthy. You've set that up already. That's who you are. Your rent is high in your mind space. Make sure the tenants know that. So to figure out where it is that you can improve and become better internally as a person, as a man, think about all of your strengths and try and find a constant variable between them all. Something that no matter what these strengths have, take that variable, see what characteristics and values that you have that don't have that variable, and use that variable as your framework of reference to say whether or not this value or this characteristic or how I am or how I'm being in this sense is even worth your time. Remember, it's very dynamic. Things change, but you don't have to label yourself as something. I can't do this because I'm this. I'm this because of this. Those are labels. Get rid of labels. See what you're strong at. See what transcends that strength. See what doesn't have that and adjust accordingly. It's always about being objective. If you want to become better, you have to be objective. There's always people that you can look up to who are positive, who are empathetic, who have done the thing that you're doing. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. We're all on a journey. They may be our own journeys, but we're all on a journey. Next page. So again, nothing happens without action. If you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen, right? So it helps to create that action plan. So you want to set goals. And you really want to set goals about the things that you need to improve on. So go back to what you're strong in, what you're not strong in. Go back to those framework of references, okay? Take the things that you want to improve on or that you feel like if I improve on this right now, it's going to benefit me the most. Think about how you would be if you were strong there. If that thing was the thing that you want it to be. And then reverse engineer it. What are the different steps to go from there to where I'm at? What would I not do if I was there? Create those steps. Now you've developed a roadmap. Make these steps actionable. If I do this, this happens. You don't have to always aim for the stars. Sometimes it could just be from 1 to 1.1. That's still growth, right? It still compounds. Make it realistic, make it attainable, but have that action plan with actionable steps to hit that goal, and then do the steps. Do the work. Now, it helps having habits that support this gaining of strength and becoming a better man and improving your self-worth. Because habits are the things that you're going to do daily that you don't think about. And if you don't think about it, it could be very dangerous of what you're doing unconsciously. So identify the habits that you want, or the habits that you have that you want to make better. Find ways that you can make them easy to do. Adjust your environment. Adjust the things that you have. Make it so that they're obvious. And make them so that they're attractive. Sometimes if you just want to post more positive quotes, it helps having a nicer phone. And then, of course, when you do those things and you accomplish those things and you do the habit and you're like, oh, I did that. Yes. Reward yourself. Reward yourself. Thank you, me, for doing that thing that I set out for me. Constantly remind yourself that you're doing good, that you're moving, that you're doing the work. And then to just tell if you're actually making progress and doing the things, think about your mindful questions, right? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I doing? And then go back to your goals. Go back to your action plan. Go back to your actionable steps and see what you've done. See what you've done. Because every time you've done something, you've made a little bit of progress. Use those as your framework of reference, and then just continue repeating the steps. So the next slide has a quote. I want you to think about what your current state of worth is. Has it improved over these slides? Has it stayed the same? Has it gotten worse? Think about that. Take an area that you want to improve and write down, how would it look if you did improve it? How would your life look? How would you look like as a person if you did? What kind of man would you be if you improve that thing? You got 5 minutes and then the video ends. Do the work.